Okay. Give the IUPAC name for the following compound. So with that being said, let's actually scroll down because I do believe we can actually find what they're referring to here. So let's stop here because we don't want to give away the answer right now. There we go. We have a picture that looks like this. Oops, sorry. Overly drawn. Something like this. Okay. Then we have this part sticking out. This part sticking out as well. And these double bonds here. So this is the compound that we're dealing with. Now, as they say, you want to find the longest chain carbon, and you want to count from a side specifically that has, well, I like to think of it as the most things going on, but usually they have a specific order. When you start messing with like different types of bonds like alkenes and ines where there's a double or triple bond in the end that would have the double bonds or triple bonds occurring with the least number. So I would actually start here 1, 2, and instead of going up because I would end our chain, I would keep going down 3, 4, 5, 6. So now that I have 6, right? Okay, so that means we're dealing with a hexane. Oh, we're dealing with hex. We can't say ane because hexane implies that this would be all single bonds. So we know we're dealing with the hex, okay? So with that, what we have to do here is identify where the because there's different ways to name this, but from what I understand is that because it has 2 double bonds, you want to make sure you signify that. So with that being said, actually, I'm going to do hex. You note where the double bonds occur. I want to skip that for now, and you end with, because there's 2 double bonds, we die, and then 2 ene for the double bond. Now to figure out where it is, we actually start from the leading carbon. So we have the 1 here and the 3 here. So it will be 1 and 3 because the double bond now goes after it. The double bond is between the 3 and the 4. So you pick the leading one, which would be the third one. So you have 1, 3, dying. Okay? And now we're still missing these parts though. We have yet to name what the, at least we have the, in a sense, the backbone, the last part of it. So what do we have here? It looks like it's just 1 carbon, well, CH4 sticking out of 2 of the of this hexene molecule. So that being said, we know that for 1, that's 1, and F is 2, pro is 3, buts is 4. So you have that meth, right? And now, how many of them do we have? We have 2, okay? So, with that being said, actually, I believe now we should have all the information. So, when you have the meth parts, right, and you want to be able to add it to it, you add the following, like methyl. It wouldn't be methane, it would just be methyl, okay? And what you want to do is signify where it occurs. So same thing here, methyl come there, and then we have the 4 as well. And because there's 2 of them, you would have to put dimethyl, okay? So with that being said, we now have, according to this picture given, we have where it starts 2, 4, dimethyl hex 1, 3 diene. This would be the IUPAC name for that compound. As you can see, I really try to focus on naming what this ending part would be, and then from there I saw what I was missing, and I was able to factor that in making sure that I accounted for what type of name it was, and having the die part. Now, the name could be different. The name could be written as well as 1, 3 hexene, I believe. It'll still be 2, 4 in the beginning. So 2, 4 dimethyl, and then 1, 3 hexene. It could be written like this, but I do prefer this format better because it kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit better, in my opinion. So let's see how we did. They do actually break down how to go about this. So because there are 2 double bonds, we have a diene, and they call it hexa. So exactly, even this I guess would be hexadiene, but this one just I guess puts my mind at a little bit of ease. I have the assigned numbers, and they say that it's diene. So with that being said, we do have 2, 4 dimethyl because there's 2 methyl groups, and hexa 1, 3 diene. So the first one that we did was correct, but we have to make sure we spell it correctly. Okay, it's not hex. You actually have the A still. Although I would think that it would be hexadiene because you have hexane and hexene, but just to be able to trust this, I would say that this would be the correct spelling for this compound. With that being said though, this is indeed correct. And now we can move on to the next question. Hopefully you saw how I was able to actually count and make sure that I